All right. Rum and Red Bull. Yo, I'm amped right now. The adrenaline, from the gym. Good morning, July 5th, 91 degrees, 9:30 in the morning, New York City, sixth day of this miserable heat wave. And for anybody that doesn't have an air conditioner, I don't feel bad for you, but you better come up with a solution. You want to use that fan with that water bottle, spray, and then the fan will cool you off. Because, man, if you don't got AC this week, forget about future heat waves. This shit was killer. It's still humid. 6 days straight. All right, Thursday, 9:30 a.m., July 5th, 2018. I don't know why they have a July 4th on a Wednesday, but for those of you that had to go back to work today, I feel for you. For those that took off till Monday, that's that good life. I'll tell you right now, they should just observe it on a Friday. You can have a 4th of July on a Wednesday. Doesn't make no sense. But, hey, I hope everybody had a good holiday. I know I did. I grilled, made some burgers, some baby back ribs, some bang and stuff. I had a good time. I had to gym early today, which was good because I hit the gym yesterday and today as well. So I didn't feel guilty about, eating what I did. But I ate well, I drank well, I smoked well, blessed and chosen. First of all, let me thank John Paul Shelton for sponsoring today's reggae music. Got some 6 banging reggae songs. Salute to Otley's Inc. Salute to Jaquan. And that's why I was laughing when I first came on the mic, because Jaquan's a funny man, sir. You got jokes, sir, early in the morning. Want to get me tight? But anyway, Jamaria should be joining us shortly. And being that it's Thursday, Reggae Thursday, got to have my ganja ready, So I got some pineapple chunk. Hey, speaking of Jamaria, look at that. Good morning. Hello? Let's see.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. There you are. I said your
How
name
are you?
and you called. Oh, I'm good. I'm feeling good. How are you feeling today?
You.
I just said, hey, Jamari is going to join us in a second, and boom, you called.
Oh.
See
how that works?
Yes. Positive thinking, right? Boom.
Yes.
Positive thoughts, manifest into physical things. So speak her name, and I should have said speak of the devil, but
that might have been more appropriate.
That might have been more appropriate. Well, again, like I was saying, I hope everybody had a good holiday. And how was your holiday yesterday? Day off?
It was all right. It was chill. I mean, it was rainy here, and
oh, damn.
Yeah, half the day it was storming, and then it let up a little bit. Then it started up again, but it was cool nonetheless.
All right. So I guess no fireworks or
Look, I don't know what they did last night because all I know is my kids was asleep. Kim, we're talking about almost 9. They were both out, and I was like, hey, it's over. It's a done day. So I was like, I ain't finna wake them up to go out. So I heard everything popping outside, and the dog went running to the bathroom to hide.
Yeah, I had the same problem with one of my dogs. She shivers so badly with the fireworks. You swear she's gonna drop of a heart attack because she's shivering at almost like 100 miles an hour. It's nonstop, and it's so violent that she's vibrating the whole bed. The whole bed's shaking. So I'm like, shit. I could not. Like, I was up at 3, 4, 5 because they were doing fireworks till 3, 4 in the morning. But it's New York City, so that's how it goes in New York. Blockbusters and M80s, and for those that grew up in the era of being able to do fireworks. You know about the bottle rockets and the Saturn rockets and the M80s. And we used to have bottle rocket wars, 10 of us versus 10 of us, and just line up 100 bottle rockets and shoot them at each other. Mats of firecrackers, mats of jumping jacks. You'd have firecrackers that last 10 minutes long. It wouldn't stop.
Well, what I remember is always some kid burning themselves up, catching on fire, setting their roof on fire, or setting their house on fire in some sort of way with fireworks. I mean, up here, you can't even get half of those things. You have to go to Wisconsin to get them. You can't even buy them here.
Right. New York, it's illegal. You got to go down South Jersey or Pennsylvania. But then you got to make sure you don't get pulled over bringing them back up. And, they're giving out awards in New York if you snitch on people that are selling fireworks. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
An award?
Yeah, they'll give you a reward for snitching.
Oh, a reward. So
yeah,
they'll give you a couple of dollars.
I'm sorry, did I say award?
Certificate. Yeah. Don't like an award. What's it say? You're the number one snitch. You're the best.
Snitch of the Month award goes to.
Hey, we got you from last year and the year before. You're number one now.
All right. We're doing some things in the background, so please don't mind me if I stop talking for a couple seconds.
Okay.
Let's just get some things out there. Okay. There is an administrator in the room now, and there will be one for the remaining of our history, and only because what was it? Tuesday show? I guess Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday show. After the show, some of the team members just hit me up with like a mega amount of screenshots, and I said, about people trolling the show. And me, I really, I don't care anymore. But what was said to me makes sense as far as other people enjoying the room. If you don't pay me to acknowledge you, you don't exist to me. So I really don't care. But other people in the room want to be in the room and not get annoyed. And I said, okay, that makes sense. So there is an admin in the room, and I'm texting him, and obviously it works. So good job. And I appreciate that. And just let me know, Vic, whatever day you can't be in the room, I know now how to make people admin. So again, for me, it's not a problem. For Jamaria, it's not a problem. For people listening in the room that just want to enjoy their morning without being annoyed by mosquitoes, I don't blame you. So that works, and there you go. So I just wanted to put that out there. So in case I just stopped talking and my intention is someplace else. That's why. So we're doing some things in the background. And again, who wants a 4th of July on a Wednesday? But it is back to work on a Thursday, back to reality. For some people, it was Independence Day. And, salute to all those that put up very interesting posts about Independence Day and whose Independence Day it really is and who's really independent.
Right.
And some great posts. So it's a great way to look at the holiday objectively and really ask, hey, who's independent? Whose independence was it? Because there was people that were enslaved while other people were independent. So
exactly.
I think that was a great angle at the holiday. But hey, who doesn't enjoy fireworks? So I'm a fan of the fireworks. I grew up with fireworks. I remember my dad would take me to Chinatown, and I give it to my dad because my dad was a pretty straightforward dude. But when it came to 4th of July, he'd be like, yo, let's go to Chinatown. And we just walk the streets, and he'd just come back with like bags full of fireworks. And it was fun. It was fun before, what was it, Giuliani? Yeah, Giuliani came in. Rudy Giuliani came in and shut everything down. So that's what it is. So, you can't. I remember a couple of summers ago, we were in the field Five O's ran right into the field, took everybody's ID. We had tickets, and we had to actually go to court for fireworks. So it was just ridiculous.
Wow. For court.
Yeah, we actually had to go to court. It was summons to court for over bullshit fireworks, but it is what it is. And again, I hope everybody barbecued, ate well, drank well, smoked well. It's Reggae Thursday. And I'm like a kid in a candy store because I have like these 4 different strains of weed in front of me. I have Amnesia Haze, Lemon OG Kush, okay? Pineapple, what is this? Pineapple something. I don't know. Pineapple something. And sour cookies. So I'm sitting here with like a multiple choice. Like, should I go A, B, C, D, just for Reggae Thursday? Because, you know, I like to smoke weed when I listen to my reggae. And that just brings me up to the topic of they are really close to legalizing weed in New York City. Like, really close. Like, they're about to, like, I thought it would never happen in New York City. They're about to flip the agenda. Even the governor now is saying, okay, we need to look at this differently because we're getting different numbers. And I think he's just scared to lose his position as a governor because you have other people running on a pro marijuana ballot, and the smokers will turn out. The smokers will turn out.
If he's a smart man, he sees the writing on the wall. I mean, it's definitely leaning in that direction already. So, you know, you gotta be smart. You know which way to go with it.
Right. So, New York City again may go down the route of legalization. They're looking at it heavy. I know New Jersey is already legalized for recreational weed, but I haven't seen nothing happen yet. So, waiting on that. But I'm pretty sure they're going to want to get in on this money. Again, I really don't want to see it happen. I'd rather it stay to the streets. I respect the plug. And why should a government that has already monopolized on almost everything out there, communication, air, water, whatever it is, you know, this will be the last thing the streets have to eat. And I always say this, it's the last legal hustle that you could really do in big cities without seeing big time. You know, you can get caught with a quarter pound of weed on the street, even if it's bagged up. You'll be out by that same evening. So take that away from some, you know, people that work and go to school and rely on a hustle just to make, you know, ends meet. I don't think you should take that away from people. So anyway, that's
unfortunate for the smaller guy because big government is going to come in and, you know.
And if it does become legalized, then it's the battle for permits and licenses, and minorities will always get the back of the line. And for every 10 permits that go to a white-owned smoke shop or a dispensary, you'll have 1 or 2 minorities that'll get a license to open up a dispensary. So even on the legal side, it's unfair as well. So let's see how that happens. But you know, for those that are business-minded and always looking for opportunities, be ready. If your paperwork is clean, if you're clean. See, unfortunately, I'm a convicted felon. They're probably not going to let someone like me go for a license. But the fact that I know how to grow and stuff like that, people that do open dispensaries and grow houses possibly can use my knowledge.
To them.
Yeah, and I already have people waiting to say, Rich, if they pass it, I'm gonna need you for this. I'm gonna need you. And I said, hey, you know, when the time comes, and they've been already saying this for years now, like 4, 5, 6 years. I really don't see it happening, honestly. I don't see it
what I would tell them is, get your money together, get your coins up, because in this country you got to be almost, you know, there already if you're trying to make more on top of that. They usually don't let the little guy in
Right.
especially if something's hot and a money maker.
And marijuana is pure money. It's literally growing money
Yeah,
on trees.
so
Literally.
they're gonna expect you coming in to have a certain amount of money and not no little change either. I mean, that was a problem already all over, across the country and other places. If you didn't have a certain amount of money, you were not getting nowhere close to the business. You had to partner up with
Right.
somebody else who had some money.
But even if that's what it
And then
takes.
when you had money, then they were making, moral judgments, so to speak.
Right.
You might even
they're
had the money and say,
the
well, oh, sure, you're not
politics.
suitable for this
Right. Right.
because of
Because
this,
they're the
that, or the
people giving
third.
out the permits and the licenses, and then they have to find you worthy to get a permit and a license.
Right.
So,
Well, that's why I think Cynthia, what's her name? Cynthia Nixon, her approach was very appealing because, she was saying, oh, so many people of color and minorities are going to get these opportunities first when I make it legal because of X, Y, and Z. So I think,
absolutely. And that's her
that was
whole
very
agenda.
promising.
And she could win on that agenda. And let me tell you why. The number one smoking city in the world, New York City, in the world.
Right, y'all should have been leading on this.
Holy
Considering
shit,
that
this
information, New York should have been leading on this issue, not following.
So, if your paperwork is clean, you have no felonies on your name, you're not on no books, be ready. Get your money ready. Learn the agencies that will be giving out these licenses. You'll need property to sell.
Get your mama ready.
Right.
Get your girl ready.
Yeah, whoever got that clean
so you
name,
can put it in
you're
their
damn
name.
right. Absolutely. See, for me, it'll be my sister. If there's anything that I can convince my sister of is if marijuana is legal, she knows I will make her money. She already knows that because she's seen what I've done, in my lifetime growing up with just weed. So for those that have clean paperwork and money, get ready to jump on this opportunity because it is a $1 million business. And the right dispensary with the right strains and the right name, you'll make a killing all day. Because again, we're the number one smoking city in the world. We smoke more pot than LA. And it's legal out there. Imagine that.
Right.
We smoke more pot than Colorado. And it's legal out there.
Right. I still haven't been there yet.
Colorado? How far is Colorado from you?
I don't even know. It's. I don't think it's that far. I mean, my brother goes all the time. We have a cousin that owns a dispensary out there, and I keep saying I'm gonna go and I'm trying to see where I can fit in somewhere. Like
shit. I'm gonna be like, yo, I know your cousin.
Right, like what?
We do a show
how
together.
How can I be down? Like what?
Now I want to smoke what y'all smoke when the store closes. And you know what the beautiful thing about weed is? I'm just gonna tell you right now. And here's what it is. Again, I rolled myself a joint right now of some pineapple. I can't remember it. And some amnesia
pineapple.
Haze. Pineapple chunk. That's what it's called. Pineapple chunk and amnesia haze. Now, I rolled myself a decent sized joint and literally I have to clip it because I'm on this microphone and I'm like, wow, this shit is strong. You know what I'm saying? And the point being is the great thing about weed is it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. It doesn't mean people are going to die. See, like if heroin gets stronger, you're falling out. If coke gets stronger, crack gets stronger, Molly gets stronger, whatever ecstasy, the more stronger it is, the more damage it's going to do. It's going to do to you. But marijuana gets stronger, and it just means you're going to smoke less. That's all it means.
Or that you might call the police on yourself. Like that one cop. Let me call the police and I think I'm dying in slow motion. think we dying.
And I remember that shit. I think I'm dying. My best friend went through that. Really, he ate a weed cookie, and he lost his
the edibles,
mind.
right?
Yeah, he had an
I
edible.
think that cop had, and his wife had. She put it in some brownies or something, and they went nuts.
You see, edibles. Once edibles hits your bloodstream and hits your brain cells, it's a very slow, but okay, no, it's very strong, but the high takes a while to go away. So you're slowly getting higher as you reach your peak. And then you slowly come down. It's not like smoking a joint. 2-3 pulls, boom, instant. Like, yo, some smokers I smoke with,
okay,
they'll take 2-3 pulls and say, yo, I'm good. And I said, yo, I just gave it to you. And they go, no, I'm good. And I said, okay, I got you. Because as for them, as soon as they feel the high, they're high. Other smokers such as myself, no, I want to smoke the whole joint. It doesn't matter when I got high. For me, I just want to get higher and higher and higher. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't work that way. The first joint will always get you the highest of the day, which is the one I'm smoking now. That's why I had to put it out, because it's some powerful shit. But my point is, it's going to get stronger and stronger, but it's not going to kill you.
Right.
And
right.
Going back to the facts of New York City being the #1 city smoking, those of you that no business, no people with money, know how to run shit, get ready, because the opportunity is coming. It's coming. Mm-hmm. If we are the #1 city in the world that smokes, that means proprietors of marijuana in New York City within the 5 boroughs are going to cake. You're going to cake to the point you'll need security. You'll have armored trucks coming to pick up cash, because it is a commodity now. Marijuana is everywhere. It's medicine. It's butter. It's food. It's oil. It's vapors. It's bud. It's clothing. Now they're pushing for legalization of hemp.
Yeah, for hemp. Exactly. I was just going to say that. Like,
hemp,
that is,
which
that
they
is
should, because you'll save the fucking environment.
It should never have been illegal in the first place. It's so ridiculous for it to be illegal when it's such versatile,
hemp is a
like, you
gift.
can do so many things with hemp. Like, it's so valuable.
The uses don't end. And on top of that, you'll save from cutting trees. You can make paper out of hemp.
Yes. It's very strong and durable.
Rope,
like,
clothes,
so many things.
oil, soap.
Like, Yes, you already know.
Do you know how strong hemp is? I've grown plants. You can't break hemp. Take a string of hemp and tie it around your fingers and try to snap that. You can't snap it. It'll dig into your skin before you snap that strand of hemp. You can make nets, anything. So they're pushing for legalization of hemp as well. And it's safer than plastic. And don't get it twisted. They're going to do it in a way where these vampire blood-drinking motherfuckers are going to tax it and make money. But if they're going to make money, us as proprietors, sellers, harvesters, retailers, middlemen, we can make money as well. So always keep your mind open to that opportunity. And if it comes to New York,
and new innovative ways to do it, should you think outside the box, because it might be something that's not being done, or you can do better.
Right.
And that's your end right there.
And that'll be right. That's your end right there. Your idea, your work, and do it. I mean, there's 100 ways to make money if they legalize recreational marijuana in New York. From delivery boys to growers to harvesters to proprietors to sellers to those that got the machinery to take it to make the oils, the vapes, the wax. It just doesn't end. It's cake. Pure cake. So get ready. If it does happen, when it comes down to the governor race, hey, people that never voted before may turn out to vote just for The fact that they could legalize marijuana.
I mean,
And look at all these pros, and still my heart is dedicated to the streets. I really don't think the plug should be eliminated, unless they're going to take all these plugs and give them a chance to open up shop, which they're not.
right.
And I know
Make
it's a
them,
crazy notion of it. It's not
independent
feasible.
consultants or
Right.
something.
Right.
Yeah, like a franchise. We
Shit.
got this one on this
Respect
block,
the
on
goddamn
that block.
plug.
Right.
I'm all
No
on this
doubt.
weed tip because it's Reggae Thursday, and I like to smoke the
Hey,
ganja.
if they start making it legal all over the place, I don't even smoke, but I'm gonna be on the weed tip because
There you go.
I'm trying to.
There you go.
I'm
Try
trying
to
to
make
know
money off it.
Hey, I'll try to figure out a way to flip it for health and wellness. I'll be the one coming in there to tell you, okay, this is how it's going to affect this part of your body, that part of your body. What part hurting? Where you hurting? Your back, your leg,
Right.
This is good for that. I'll be there. I'll find me a way in.
Yeah, you could be the Sherpa.
I'll do whatever. But if it's legal, I'm there. I ain't got to go to
Especially with
jail.
the CBD oils. Then it becomes
Yes.
like, you can open up these holistic stores, natural medicine that, you have children. Again, we've seen the videos of it, the seizures.
Definitely.
2 drops under the tongue. I seen a video of a dog having seizures, and they put 2 drops under this dog's tongue. A minute later, the seizures stopped. I said, yo, this is like some God
Exactly.
shit. Like
Yeah,
Mother
exactly.
Nature,
And the
there is a
stuff they
cure
give
for
you now,
everything
it don't
found
do
in
that.
nature. Say that again.
I mean, I said the stuff they give you now, it doesn't, do that. All they give them now is what, Xanax or
Xanax
what's the other
or
one?
Oxycontin or
they'll give them one of the anti-anxiety meds when they're having a seizure if it's over like 2 minutes to
which
help
doesn't
calm
work.
them and bring them down.
You have families moving
but
to Colorado
it's addictive. Of
just
course,
for their
we already
kids.
know it's addictive and it's harmful. So why they wouldn't want them to have the oil, which some places still ban it, is crazy.
Of course, it's because it's the lobbyists have bought Congress, so they've already paid for the right to push their medicine. Whereas,
and what was that
CBD
kid's
oil
name
can be
who
produced
lost
so
his
easily.
scholarship just recently because he was taking the CBD oil for his seizures, and they yanked his he had a scholarship to college, and they yanked it. Yes, and his dad was saying, okay, he's willing to stop taking the oil and go on the traditional medicine. And I'm like, that ain't no guarantee that's gonna work. That the traditional medicine, and plus it makes people angry. It changes their mood. It makes them violent sometimes. Like, that medicine ain't no joke. But he was willing. I mean, they yanked his scholarship, so he was like, I'll take the pills and stop taking the oil, even though he was using it for his medical condition, for his seizures.
Well, hopefully, they legalize that aspect of it all over the world.
Yes.
Everybody should be able to get CBD oil on any cabinet. I mean, any countertop in any pharmacy should be CBD oil for all your ailments. It's the non-addictive medicinal part of the plant that is a miracle worker, especially for children diagnosed with multiple seizures. Seizures. Not one a day. They're having 3 a minute.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
If you ever watch them have a seizure, you know how painful it looks and is, and you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, it's the worst thing in the world to watch a child go through a seizure and have that fit. It's fucking heartbreaking, and I don't blame these parents. Yes. They get up and they leave. They sell everything. They have a sell-off, and they move to Colorado. They move to where they can get the medicine, because you can't fly it and get caught with it once you leave Colorado, because it's a federal crime. Because now you're taking it out of the state. It's fucking ridiculous. It's
Right.
ridiculous. You know.
I agree.
So it's coming. If it comes to New York, which I think it is, everybody got to be ready to take advantage of a good
Mhm.
situation. And I guess that will be the
No
end of the
doubt.
day for the plugs, the streets, your connect.
Nah,
Come
they
on.
just gotta
I
find
mean,
another way in there.
yeah. Well, if they're
That's
smart,
all.
they will. For the smart ones, they
Yep.
will. For the ones that just want to stand on the corner, which I respect the hustle. There's nothing wrong. I used to love waking up in the morning, get ready for school. I used to walk to 100th Street in Northern, go to the spot, get me a nickel bag, roll it, smoke it, walk to the train, and go to school. And the journey and it's the ritual is beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to go up to a corner and cop a bag of weed. That was my high. I just loved it. I love the ritual, and there's something about a good plug that's always there for you when you need them. That's all I could say. You got to go to
I'm
a
sure there's a
party.
lot of people that will agree with you.
I hope
I'm
so.
sure there's a lot
I
of
hope
people.
so. Hey,
You
where
know,
would
I
you have
had a
been if you didn't have that good plug that always had your back? If you were short, if you were too far away, they were willing to meet you halfway. Always on time. A lot of people need that
I
plug that's
always
going to be
wondered
on
about
time.
that. You know what? I always wondered about that, about like, because, you see people who deliver, and
I ran
then,
a hell of a delivery service
but
from
like for $10
2009.
though,
Yeah.
like $10, uh, I'm like,
No, not a
where's the
delivery service for
money in that?
$10. But the
But I've
point
seen I've
is,
seen people that like, where's
go
my
ahead.
dime at? Like, ain't that $10? Like, what the hell?
I can't see nobody
$10?
driving around wasting
Gas
gas
is
for
like,
selling dimes. Unless you're selling dubs and 50s and you're getting a call every 10 minutes, then yeah, you're caking.
yeah,
But if
yeah,
it's one call an
maybe
hour or
you're
two
for your
calls an hour.
regular.
But the point is, I used to have a lot of customers in the city, studio heads, studio execs, people that made music, and if they wanted you there at 6:15 and you could be there at 6:10, that was two more clients that he was going to refer you to, because for some people, all they want is a plug that's going to be there when they say they're going to be there
Mhm.
and on time. And it's just another
Right.
professional service. It's like a cab service.
Exactly.
Your taxi's going to be there at 6 o'clock. He's there at 5:55 every day. That's reliability. So salute
Nice.
the good plugs.
Right.
Reggae
Exactly.
Thursday, talking about plugs, weed, and legalization of marijuana. And
Right. You
why
know
not?
what? I realized after I became an adult, like, that my uncle was selling weed. I didn't know it because I didn't know what the
Nice.
heck. Cause no, it wasn't nice because we were outside. Like, okay, it was Mardi Gras, right? So I'm trying to get to the parade. So I'm
Right.
all dressed up, I'm thinking I look good. I'm just a little kid though, but I'm like, shoot, I'm trying to get in the second line. I'm trying to get out here, get it popping. I'm looking cute. I got my new shoes on and shit. And I'm like, I need to get to the parade, so I need somebody to take me. So my uncle said he's gonna take me. So we're walking all over the place, which I love. I'm like, we everywhere. We walking everywhere. But while we're walking, he's yelling out, "Hey, got those dimes? Got the?" I'm like, what the heck is he talking about? Why does he keep yelling out? And so I said to him once, I said, why? I said, you're embarrassing me. Like, why you keep on just randomly, like, yelling out? Like, and these
I
people
got
keep looking at us. I'm like, why are you doing that? So he basically just tells me to shut
trying to make
up.
money.
He's like, girl, shut up. I'm like,
Yeah, you
how you
messing
gonna
up
talk
my
to me
flow.
like that on Mardi Gras? I did not have a clue. I didn't know. I just thought he was crazy. I said, something is really wrong with him. I'm glad he took me out, and we everywhere, but something is really strange about him. And then when I got older, I said, I'm going to call this one. Asking was he selling weed. And I called him, and I was like, was you selling weed? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh,
How old were you?
okay. I was like 8.
Yeah, your uncle got no type of fucking reservations whatsoever.
Man,
He's like, yo.
I didn't know. He was like that uncle that was always talking to you, you know, trying to tell you about life and shit. You be sitting
So you gotta sell some weed.
He want to talk to you for an hour about this or that or the third, the moon, the stars, and all. Like, you be like, man, what? I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Like, you know, he like that uncle that done been to prison a couple times. He done read a couple books, and then he come back and.
He gonna teach
so
you
now
everything
you
need to know.
He wanna
preach
to you. You're right. He's talking to you, and then you're like, but this is the same uncle who like broke into a school to steal them little chocolate bars.
The $1 chocolate bars?
Yes, the one
with
you
the almonds, them shits is delicious.
They banned my ass for life. They said
what?
I can never sell they shit. They banned me for life.
No, we don't need you selling our bars. We good.
No, because I never brought back no money.
What?
I never brought back no money.
Oh.
He said no.
I used to sell a bunch of them boxes. I was good. I used to go to the airport. I used to go to the supermarket, stand out there all day, knock out 3-4 boxes a day. I was trying to win that prize.
They good though, right?
Yeah, them shits is
they
banging.
Good, but they keep getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, they do.
Like, dang.
Them shits the size of a pen right now. Them shits were block. Remember the block? They were blocks. Block. Like
but he broke into school, right? He broke into school so he could retrieve some of them, right? I guess he was just going, be independent, go sell them on his own. And he got attacked by some dogs up in the school.
I can't right now. Yo.
He got bit up. He was praying for the police to get him. The dogs tore his ass up.
Holy shit.
Oh, so my God. He got some bite scars all over where the dogs bit his ass up.
Them shits are banging. I mean, every time I see them shits, they used to have the little McDonald's coupons. So if you took the coupon to McDonald's, you got a free cheeseburger with a purchase of a cheeseburger. Like, oh, okay. You just save all those rappers.
Yes. Man, them candy bars.
Them shit, let me tell you something.
Nice.
Them shits were banging. I don't know what they put in them, but they just never tasted like other candy bars. I'm like, yo, these shits are
good. They was good. You're like, man, that was one thing you look forward to selling.
Hell
like,
yeah.
You finna
oh shit, let me get my
these.
box. As soon as I got the box, I'd open up one. Yep, these shits are banging.
Man, I was mad at you. I was like, y'all, my family's doing everything for me. I can't do shit in this place, man. They ruined everything. Got me banned from selling $1 candy bars.
Yeah, that was a good hustle.
Got me kicked out the damn.
I mean, I never made a penny, but you was trying to win that prize.
Win that prize?
Yeah, the one who could sell, the most boxes, you get that fucking prize.
Right.
There's always one kid that just, because he, I guess wherever his parents worked.
Yeah,
like
his parents
fucking
the
factory.
Bars,
he said, you selling like 14 boxes in a month. His kid like selling like 30, 40, 50.
Right.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
His parents probably taking that shit to work.
Yeah.
Up and down the block.
All day. And them shits will sell quick. Anywhere you go, you see those candy bars, you buying one. You buying one. I'm like, oh shit.
Right. Some people be like, give me the box.
Yeah.
Give me the box.
Them
I
shits
want
were
the box. Because then, it was only certain times, too. It wasn't like all the time you could get them. So some people be like, I'm going to throw these in my freezer, so just give me some now. And I'm going to have some.
That's funny. All right, before we take a quick break, because, we got to play the songs that are sponsoring the show today. Really quick, on the weed game, the companies, there's major companies out there that are trying to, well, have already made it corporate. And what I mean is they're growing weed like in abundance. You can invest in these companies
Mm.
in the form of purchasing stock from them. Okay? Canada
Mhm.
just went recreational. They're going to have to supply that demand. The companies,
Right.
forget about the little guy. The little guy is going to be growing. He's going to be growing, making us some money. For the big guy who's investing in warehouses and land and soil and lights
Mm.
and
Mm.
nutrients and are trying to grow 1,000,000 pounds a year, okay, some shit like that. You can invest
Oh,
your
he need
money in this company
employees too.
because they're going to have to supply the demand that's going to come from this. Okay,
Right.
because you're
Right.
saying, hey, weed is legal now. What does that mean?
Right.
That means you could have commercials about it. It's like beer.
Yeah.
You see? So you're going to be able to invest in so many different facets of marijuana. So you never know.
Right.
This could be the new bubble. You know how they have bubbles and everybody gets
Yep.
paid
Yep.
before the bubble pops?
Yep.
This may be the new bubble which people in the streets can get in on. If you have knowledge of, growing, cultivating, harvesting, that's money. And all you got to do
Yes.
is read a book about how to grow plants, because weed is plants. A weed is a plant,
Exactly.
but they call it weed because under the right conditions, it'll grow 6 to 7 inches a day. In tropical forests where marijuana grows wild, 6 to 7 inches a day. So you
Wow.
can literally grow a gigantic tree. That's what they're doing in Cali right now. Gigantic trees, because they just keep letting it grow, 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 grow. And it'll grow
Wow.
as long as you let it, just like any plant, you know? All right, so we'll be right back. 2 more songs from John Paul Shelton's selection. Again, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. And Monday's music will be sponsored by Jaquan. So thank you, Jaquan. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Nice.
All right. Hold on one second. I got some really cool earphones now. So there's like no delay. I guess it was the
Oh,
earphones that the
nice.
problem was. So there's no delay. Like I hear my voice instantaneously. Let me just figure out which goes in which ear. They're fancy like that. So anyway, we were talking behind the scenes. Tomorrow there's not going to be a morning show because Jamaria. Well, first of all, because I have a job to go to at 10 o'clock, and Jamaria can't come on till 9:30. So we're gonna wait till after July 20th, and after July 20th, if everything works out for Jamaria and myself, we'll do the Friday show from 8 a.m. to 9:30, and then I'll get to work at 10 o'clock. I got a Friday gig with a doctor to do some sonograms on a Friday. So just for the next, I guess, 2 weeks, there'll be no Friday show. But tonight we do have American culture topics with Mills Lane at 7 o'clock, and I don't know if Mel Kwan is going to do Sports Bar at 8 today. Yesterday was 4th of July, so we were off. I wanted everybody to just enjoy the holiday. No need to do a show. So if Mel Kwan does not do the Sports Bar tonight, then he'll be back next week. But if he's listening or not listening, or maybe I'll hit him up later. Maybe he'll do Sports Bar after Mills Lanes. And tomorrow night, because there wasn't Let's Talk That Shit with D Holler and Mac J, there's going to be a special Friday night show. I don't want to say too much right now, but there's going to be a Friday night show with D Holler and Mac J and some special guests for Friday night. So we will always try to put together a Friday night show as far as, because it's Friday, and if there isn't a morning show, we'll try to do a night show. But tomorrow night, it's going to be Let's Talk That Shit with some special guests. Sorry about the phone. And that's funny. Vic Vega goes, I got him. All right. Anyway, real quick, let's touch on those Thailand kids trapped in that cave. Okay, so the choice
Okay.
that they're gonna make is they're gonna teach the kids to scuba dive and try to dive their way out. Okay, the thing is, it takes 5.5 hours to get there and 5.5 hours to get back, and these are experienced divers. So the round trip is taking experienced divers 11 hours to get to those kids and get back. Now they
Wow.
want kids who've never dived before to do the same thing. So this is a hell of a story, okay? I, if these kids make it out, you got to really salute these kids because that's willpower to live. Because shit, never diving before, you need to dive 5.5 hours to get to freedom through muddy waters.
Wow.
Now, one expert said if those kids dive, it's a death trap. That's just one expert's opinion. But what are you going to do? Leave those kids down there? That's not feasible. Either they stay down there and they die, or they die trying to get out.
Mm-hmm.
It's one or the other. So that's the latest thing, because I'm really keeping my eye on these stories and these kids. 11 hours.
Right. Oh my God. That's
for round trip.
so...
And they're going there, and what they're doing, they've already started. They're training these boys to dive. So DIVE, dive. So they're going to have to scuba dive their way out and up back to freedom, or it's a death trap for these kids. And
Wow. That's...
being 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 6-year-old, your mentality, just it's like, they show pictures of these kids smiling, wrapped in these aluminum blankets, and for the most part, they're healthy. So it's like they're built to last out there in Thailand. Life is not that easy or luxurious. So these are not 11 lazy children. These are soccer players.
Right.
They're young. They're athletic. They're all in great shape, meaning thin. And they're going to be able to, if they can, finagle their way out of this cave, they're going to have to do it. And if it's taking divers that know how to dive 5.5 hours to get there and 5.5 hours to get back, these are non-experienced kids. So I can't imagine them doing it in 5.5 hours. So obviously they're gonna need more than 6 to 7 hours worth of air in those scuba tanks. So I hope they do the math.
Goodness. Man.
And they figure out a formula of how to make this work, because this is going to become a story that eventually the whole world will be watching. You got to.
Yeah.
You got to. Because now it's give or take 50-50. Either these kids make it or they don't. So everybody's going to be watching. Once these kids dive, it's 6 hours till they make it out. So this is like, it's big. Unfortunately, it's bad news, but everybody in the world is going to be watching it, and it's going to be a really feel-good story, an incredible story. If all of these kids and that dumbass coach make it out of there alive,
oh my God, no.
Truly a feel-good story for them and the families of these kids. So hopefully, there's power in positive thoughts. There's power in the manifestation of your thoughts. So will these kids some good luck. Pray for them, whatever it is that you do, and hopefully these kids see the light of day. That's a crazy story.
I definitely hope so, and I'm confident that a bunch of great minds will get together and get it right for these kids.
Right. Yeah. So like I said, they're going every day, swimming 11 hours back and forth to train these kids how to dive. I don't know how long it's going to take to train 11 kids how to dive. There's no timetable on this. They're pumping water out. They're bringing food down. So obviously they're pumping air in as well. So for as far as the necessities to keep these kids and the culture alive, they're successful so far. We have oxygen
Yes.
going in, we have food going in,
Pumping the
and we
water
have
out.
pumping the water out, and we have, of course, skilled divers trying to train these children how to dive. So, you know, obviously over the weekend into Monday there'll be more developments, and we'll talk about it because this is crazy. It really is. To see these kids get out right now is like I'm like paying attention. Like, these kids gotta make it out of this cave. With everything we know and all the knowledge we have, they have to be able to make it out of this cave. You know, it's not like they're in outer space or stuck stuck up there like that. Can you imagine though if it was your kids? I don't have kids, but can you imagine if it was your kids stuck down there? These parents must be going fucking nuts.
Right. I'll be living by that cave.
Yeah, right. I'm probably like most
Sitting
parents
in the rain.
are. Right. Yeah, camped out.
I ain't going
and again,
nowhere.
all this rescue attempt is happening when? During their monsoon season. So during their heavy rain season. Non-stop rain.
Jesus.
It's just not going to stop. Slow or heavy, it's going to be a couple of months of rain. So again, we talked about this before, and we're going to watch this real closely. Now, for those that live in New York City and were maybe attempted to go to the Statue of Liberty yesterday for the 4th of July, the Statue of Liberty was shut down. There was protesters, and one in particular, Teresa Okunu, a woman of color. I seen the video and I seen the picture. She climbed up to the base of the Statue of Liberty and just sat there by the right foot of the statue, and she was protesting what was happening to the children in Texas. She shut down Liberty Island, and you got to ask yourself, and I'll ask you, Jamaria, why do people climb shit? Like, just what's the sense? What are you climbing shit? You got these people climbing buildings and high-rise
bring
shit.
attention. Well, she's trying to bring attention to a cause that she
believes in, right?
Feels strongly about. Yeah, it's about the separation of the families and the immigrant children, because she herself is an immigrant. She's an activist. And she wanted to bring attention to this very important issue. And this woman got some abs that's, man, like banging. But anyway, that's how she climbed up there. She looks strong. But yeah, this is a very, very important issue. I don't think anybody looked at those kids and thought, well, who cares? I mean, it just was a sad, sad look to those kids, especially the little tiny ones who really don't, know the language, don't know what's really going on, and they're just crying, wondering, where did my parents go? And usually people climb stuff for attention. Some people just do it to get attention for themselves. I
just think it's a waste of time, because it's just like, we all know what's going on in Texas. We understand the injustice of these children. We've been talking about it for weeks. Well, the news has.
Yeah.
We just came back on the air. But to climb the Statue of Liberty, keep it on everybody's mind, right?
Newspaper. Yep, she's in every newspaper. She's on every news outlet. She's an activist, so just her getting herself out there only helps her become a stronger activist, gets her name out there.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, so it's a, all around win for her. I mean, she gets to bring attention to this cause, keep it on the forefront. We have a tendency to have things as front page news when it's happening, and then as, the hours pass, it slowly seeps to the back before it just disappears. So this is a way to bring it back to the front, in combination with this thing that she's done. I mean, climbing the Statue of Liberty, and what the Statue of Liberty represents for people, especially immigrants coming in to the country. When they come in to New York City and they see that Statue of Liberty, which a lot of Americans haven't even seen it. Hell, I ain't even been there and seen it yet. except for pictures. I mean, they know what that's supposed to represent. And so she was making a statement by climbing that particular thing. 'Cause I'm sure she could have climbed some other stuff somewhere else. And she was making a statement about our country and what we're supposed to stand for by climbing the Statue of Liberty.
Well, you answered my question.
Yeah.
I sound like, okay, yeah, hey, well, there you go. I say, Jamario, why do people do this? And you tell me exactly why they did it. That's awesome. I guess it's better than marching, yes?
Yeah, I'm so sick of marching. Like, if somebody came to me and said, "Oh, let's go," I'm not marching nowhere. Like, unless we marching to go do something, I ain't marching nowhere. I'm just
marching to go do something.
like, it's just, I'm so tired of just seeing people just marching and chanting, and nobody's paying attention. Nobody cares unless you turn over a couple cars and maybe set a couple on fire or something. Then, you know. So most of the time, unless something happens, the news ain't even paying attention to nobody marching. They don't care. We don't even know about it. People marching all over the place, and we never hear about it unless something terrible happens or something, like I said, start turning over, damaging property of some sort, because people care more about property than human beings anyway. So I say they should just bring little animals if they're gonna march. People love animals more than they love people.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Just hold you a little cat or dog or something when you march it.
You got a dog in the streets and you got a homeless man, and people will take the dog and clean him quicker than they'll help the homeless man.
Hell yeah, bring the dog a cup of water.
Bring the dog a meal.
Thirsty? Oh, you're cold. You need a jacket.
It's a sick society.
Like, yeah, he's got a jacket built in. He was born with it. Like, I think that man needs some socks or something, a coat. But yeah,
That's
funny. Yeah, people. I mean, if you let something happen to a dog. Let something happen to a dog, and people will lose their minds. They'd be ready to fight everybody. Out in the middle of the street. Something happened to a dog. Something happened to a human. They turn off the TV. And like,
ain't that some shit? I've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
A million times. They'll take that animal off the street.
Man.
Bring what could be a rabies infected animal.
Right. Turn around and tear your ass up. I'm trying to help you, dog.
Ticks.
I'm trying to save you.
With fleas, ticks, and all sorts.
Right.
Of who know what. You'll bring this animal into your home, into your tub, wash it with love,
right?
Shampoo, conditioner.
And I hope that's really a dog, and you don't wear glasses, and you done brought a raccoon and shit in your house, trying to give it a bath.
Next thing you know, your eyes are scratched out.
Tear your damn house up.
Oh my God.
Oh, like, I don't know what's wrong. This dog must have been beaten really bad. It's crazy. Like, it's a damn raccoon you got in there. That's not a dog. Damn skunk.
That's just too funny.
Yeah, I mean, because you know how you always see those people on the news. They just saw an animal like in the street or something, and they done went and tried to pick it up and fuck some shit up, and now the family don't even want the little animal no more. They're like, oh, you done touched this thing.
I can't.
You see all these people mad as hell. Like, what were you thinking? What were you doing? Why did you mess with that animal? Now he's homeless. Like, it's crazy. But they go mad. They was sending all kind of hate mail and everything. The kid gets shot in the back. It's like they like, let's go to the park, Jimmy.
Well, I'll tell you
People
this
do
much:
not care about people.
they shut down Liberty. They shut down Liberty Island. They took about 4 to 5 hours to talk her down from the statue, and they put her into federal detainment. The federal police took her away, obviously because it's the Statue of Liberty. I assume it's out of the city's jurisdiction. That's why they sent in the federales. And she's in a federal holding or detention center, whatever you want to call it, in jail, federal jail, for what she did. So let's see. Her name is Teresa Okumu. I couldn't get her age. She was just sitting in the corner, refused to get up, said, nah, they violating these kids. I ain't moving. And
she she once filed a complaint with New York City with the Human Rights Commission. She had alleged some abuse that she had suffered through some social services agency that she had on Staten Island that she had worked for. Like, she just says that she was treated in a demeaning manner, which I don't doubt, by her bosses, and told that she would be fired for complaining of discrimination, which I also don't doubt. And they tossed out her complaint. Because, those things are very hard to prove. They don't make it easy.
Well, let's see how long she has to sit in a holding cell for. And let's see what charges they charge her with.
If they don't deport her, I don't know if she's a citizen or not. She's an immigrant, so I'm assuming she's not I don't know.
I couldn't get much information. I tried. I was looking this morning.
She's been in the news before. Name. Back in 2011, for they hit her with 60 violations for illegally posting ads for her service as a personal trainer. That explains that body. I told you her abs was right. She could be my personal trainer. She looks strong.
Well, yeah, she climbed.
Her business should be booming now, though. Yeah. Maybe that's why she not climbed the Statue of Liberty like hell.
Well, you're gonna have to get something out of it, right? You climbed the base of the Statue of Liberty, so no easy task.
If I was there, I'd be like, I want her.
Right?
Let me find her number. That girl bad. She done climbed the Statue of Liberty. So yeah, she got the sanitation department gave her $4,500 in fines.
Yeah, they hit her with a bunch of fines and threw her in holding cell. Because
they had to clean that shit up, or what?
I have no idea. There was a bunch of protesters there too, so they had to deal with the protesters of what was going on, and people, such as herself, Teresa Okumu. That's her name.
Yeah, she's
sounds like an African name.
She had tape. Yeah, she's Congolese, I think.
Okay, there you go.
She
well, she got skills.
She had tape over her mouth and tape, so she couldn't respond when they were.
Yeah, that's why it took so long. They kept asking her to come down.
What's going on up here?
But she's like, well, I got this piece of tape over my mouth, so that's
right.
You're gonna have to figure out what I'm saying. And as far as federal detention, so who knows when she comes out, when she doesn't. Now, before I go into, sorry, I'm sorry.
No, I was saying because they can keep you for a long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's federal, so I'm like, damn. See, if it was city, she'd see a judge and she'd be out by today. Federal, I don't know. Are they going to charge her with, like, this is an act of terrorism? Or, who knows which way they're going to go about it.
Immigration lawyers I'm sure they'll be running over there.
Well, somebody's gonna have to represent her because she can't go to court without representation. So
Right. They'll they'll be ready. They'll be ready because they stay trained to take on the government for these types of issues. Although I recently saw something where one of the immigration attorneys who was reuniting a little girl with her mom who was getting ready to be deported.
right.
Somebody done knocked her down and she got a swole foot and locked her in a room and they treated her real bad, which is unusual. Like, dang, so I'm waiting for the rest of that story to come out because that just seems so weird. Like, that's criminal. You can't, and to do an attorney like that, who you know knows you can't do that.
That's insane.
Yeah, that this whole country is turning crazy.
Well, I was reading today, real quick. Donald Trump wants to invade Venezuela, so that was interesting. Let's see what comes out of that. Yeah, just I don't know. And he's asking his inner circle about thoughts of invading Venezuela. Of course, you know the Venezuela government always has a middle finger to this country. Doesn't really give a fuck, you know, and has different beliefs, and they're sitting on a lot of oil. So
I was gonna say, well, he's just trying to go gas shopping, like.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you think he
I
is?
mean, you know,
George
it's
Bush?
just a story. It's nothing really to look into. Just it could be just
He's such
bullshit,
an idiot.
just for people, you know,
He's
to
such
fill
an
up
idiot, though.
articles.
Like, did you see his son put some Instagram post on with his dad in a Revolutionary War uniform?
No,
like,
I did
your
not.
daddy wasn't there. Like, stop. And people are all like, "Oh, this is nice." Like, y'all don't remember he played like he had the hurt foot, so he couldn't go fight. Y'all really think he'd have been wearing this uniform if he was there? No. I know he looks ancient and old, but he ain't that damn old. He wasn't there. He didn't fight in any war of any kind except at McDonald's to get his cheeseburger.
Other countries must be looking at us laughing.
And it's like, when would this ever be not just a joke for his son to do this? So, knowing the history of his dad and knowing how he faked a phony ass ankle injury 3 times, not to have to go fight in a real war, dress him up in a uniform, disrespecting people who actually did fight in that war. Not like I give a damn, but disrespecting these people who fought in this war, like he would have really been there fighting. I wish I knew how to Photoshop really good because I put his ass in a British uniform. Put him back up there. Here he is. He was on the other side.
How many more years is he going to be president? How many years has it been so far? Just one?
God. I think it is only.
It'll be
what,
2
almost
this
2?
January, right?
This is sickening because it feels like 100 years.
Yeah,
like,
this shit is going
Jesus,
slow.
this is the longest freaking.
Usually that shit goes fast. Usually it's like, oh shit, another election? All right, let's go. 4 years closer to my death.
Oh
Now,
God.
in regards to this young man who was stabbed in the Bronx over the weekend, they arrested a 10th and 11th person. I'm sorry, a 9th and a 10th person. They're currently looking for an 11th. But they arrested Gabriel Ramirez Concepcion and Diego Suero, 29 years old. Diego allegedly is the one that gave the order to stab this young man. And you have to ask yourself now, after arresting the first 7, 8, it took them 4 days to get the leader. And they usually want the person that gave the order. You know, so
Right.
you have to ask yourself now at this point, if somebody's snitching on the inside, and then you got what, 8 people. So what do they, this is some old school snitching. So all you need is one. All you need is one person to say he's the one that said it, and they're probably gonna want proof. Like what? Like, was it a text, a phone call? Can you prove that? To prove the call. So I guess the one that has the most evidence to prove that he gave the order will probably likely get a better deal than all of them. But I don't even know what a better deal is.
I don't know if they were smart. Whoever cops were first and got that paperwork signed off on, they the ones who gonna get the best deal. Whoever gets it signed on the dotted line first. That means whoever broke first and had a smart enough lawyer to say, "Give me that paperwork before I tell you anything." That's the one who's gonna get the best deal, even if he ain't got the most evidence, because he was smart enough to get his lawyer to get that paperwork signed, saying that they even got a deal for anything. And the rest of them, well, they just gonna be in there. Good luck to you. Not.
I just don't see what kind of deal they're going to get. There's no way they're going to get out.
They probably ain't offer them nothing good, Just,
There's no way
hey.
nobody's getting out. And
Right.
Maybe there is. I don't know. But it took them what? Almost 2 weeks to find the person who gave the order? 3 weeks? Maybe?
Really? That's crazy.
So.
And just the fact that many people.
So this is a third. Yeah, he's the leader of the gang. They're saying he's the leader.
Did the whole gang get in on it?
He's the one that gave the order. And they're looking for an 11th suspect. So that means somebody is giving up names. One of them has to be giving up names.
Give me that paper.
Yeah.
Let me write this down for you.
If I had to take a guess, if let's say somebody's snitching, and out of all those, I would bet that the funny looking one with the funny teeth and the little fro, the one that was just like practically crying in the courtroom, like couldn't believe
oh my God,
the charges that were being read, I would put my money on that guy. I would be like, yo,
murder?
What?
What? I didn't ask for this.
Right? Like I was just there.
I didn't know what they was gonna do with the machetes.
One of them is giving up the goods.
Yeah.
So now if they got the leader, and now they're looking for 11 suspect, but there wasn't 11 people, right? There wasn't 11 people in the video.
Jeez.
There wasn't 11 kids. There was like 4 or 5.
They must have been involved in some other kind of way. Maybe the planning, the they were sitting there when they were talking.
And again,
about
like you
doing
said,
it.
No charges against the girl that set him up, right?
That's what I'm waiting for. I don't understand that.
How are you not an accessory to this crime? That like.
Yeah, I don't know how that could be. I don't understand how you lured him out. You lured him to his death. But not for you, he would have sat in the house. So that's an easy connection to make. I don't know what they're doing, if they just, taking their time and, dotting their I's, crossing their T's, to get it right. I'm like, pick her up already.
How old is this? Is she a minor? Is she 15, 16, or is she an adult?
I think she is a minor.
I don't know. Can you charge a minor for accessory to murder because she lied and lured him out of the house?
In
that's
other
the question.
States you can. I don't know if
right?
you can in New York, but it has happened before. I mean, that girl down there in Florida, she's sitting in prison for the same thing. And she didn't call the police after they killed that boy, and she went on about her business, and she didn't touch him. And her mama was on there talking about how she was innocent or how she should get out. I'm like, no, not really, because she called the boy over to her house and they killed him. Sound like guilty to me.
At the end of this, I don't
You're
know. They're
not
gonna
gonna
probably gonna
believe
get
this.
each one to snitch on another one. To snitch on another one, they're gonna try to round the whole
Right.
gang
They
up.
going, they going room to room. Boy over there said you was the one carrying all the machetes. I'm like, no, that
Well,
was
shit.
Joe. That wasn't me. Then they're gonna go to Joe. Was this Jim said you was over there?
Maybe they're gonna have to need all of them to say that he was the leader. Because if one of them says no, that's not the leader.
I'm sure all they got to do is go to Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, he's probably there saying, "Yeah, I'm the leader."
He's gonna have a picture. He's gonna be wearing a shirt.
He got a T-shirt that says "The Boss."
I'm sure that's all they gotta do. They gonna find about 30 pictures.
How do you say the leader in Spanish? I don't know. It'll say El Leader. I don't know.
Him holding up a machete.
Oh, Jefe. It'll say Jefe on his T-shirt. El Jefe. That's what it'll say. It'll say Jefe on his T-shirt, and he'll have like a picture with like 2 machine guns in his hands.
That ain't me.
Yeah.
Like, that's my cousin. That ain't me.
With everybody standing behind him.
Right.
So, yeah, these are my soldiers. Yeah, sometimes you don't even need anybody to snitch.
Right.
You could just be self-snitching all day.
Yeah, just go to Twitter. I'm sure one person was right here outside his house right now.
I ain't got no more Twitter either. I shut my Twitter down too. Done. Twitter done. Facebook done. Nothing. No more nothing. Just Instagram, content, and more content. That's it. I'm done with everything else.
Well, you're not gonna believe this,
what?
But the volunteers pumping out the water, they inadvertently pumped water back into the tunnel.
Jesus.
It's like, oh my God.
Okay. How long were they doing that before they noticed?
Well, let's see. Thursday. Today is Thursday. Well, was it Thursday there yesterday?
Yeah, they're what is it? Is
well, that's when they were
10,
pumping
50,
the water
11,
back
10,
in there.
50, 9:50. It's like about 9:30 Thursday night.
Yep, they were Thursday. They started pumping the water into the ground, forcing it back into
the cave. Jesus.
It's like, oh my God.
And that's the thing. It's it's a poor country.
Can you imagine how scary that would have been?
Infrastructure is not the best. But you just hope these people are smart enough to not pump water back into the cave. They have
right. And this picture that they took, it stopped raining for a minute.
Okay.
So, but they helped out with that by pumping water back into the
so it's
tunnel.
as if it didn't even stop raining. All right.
Right. Like, jeez, man.
It's going to be, listen, like I
they're
said,
going to have a tight rein
country.
On people. Like,
yeah.
You got to talk about this first before you just start doing stuff. You can't just start pumping water over here and over there and thinking that's going to work. You got to plan it. So you can figure out all the logistics. Where's this water gonna go?
I think it's. I was reading 2.5 miles between the cave.
Yes.
And life. 2.5 miles. So it's damn near 3 miles of a distance between where these kids are trapped and where they gotta get, and they gotta swim through muddy, moving water to get that. This is gonna become a fucking movie. These
I
kids
know.
make
It's
it
like I
out.
just
This is
wonder
going to be
how
good.
they
This is
teaching
the
them how
movie
to
right here.
swim. So they teaching them how to swim in that
They're
muddy
teaching them how
water
to
that they
dive.
sitting in.
Yeah, they're teaching
And
them how to
but
scuba
yeah,
dive.
but and they teaching some of them don't know how to swim either.
Nope. They got to teach them how to swim and scuba dive. That's why people are like, this is not going to work. But what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do?
I mean,
Obviously, they're like, we can't put a
what
rope down
about
there,
those
pull them
vests?
out.
What
I don't
about
know
those
what it is.
floaty vests? They can't give them none of those floaty vests. That won't work.
I think they got to swim against the current.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Like
just saying, why can't they just
they
bring
should
the
probably be
line down there?
exercising then, huh? Because how they gonna? That's gonna take strength to swim against the current. They gotta be strong.
Yeah. Well, the kids play soccer, so hopefully they got some strength in those legs.
Yeah.
They play soccer,
Yeah, those legs are probably very, very strong.
Yeah. Shit, this is crazy. They're gonna have to give them vitamins, medicine. They're gonna have to get them, strong, healthy, and ready. Can you imagine teaching scuba diving to children in those conditions? This shit is like hell. It's like literally, it's hell. It's like if anything and everything could go wrong, it's gonna go wrong.
I think the biggest part would probably be the breathing. Learning how to breathe with that thing in your nose and over your face. Like the breathing is kind of different than just the regular, everyday breathing when you're wearing that, the mask and.
Right. Well, the piece will go into their mouth. They'll have something over their eyes, but it's only to keep the mud out because they're not going to be able to see anyway. And
then they got the weight of the tank. Like, man.
Well, the weight of the tanks, I assume once they go underwater, will not feel as heavy.
Yeah.
So.
Why ain't they giving them none of them scuba clothes?
I'm pretty sure they're going to have to equip them with
living in water. They just
I think they're going to give them diving suits.
Blankets.
Yeah, no, they're going to have to give them diving suits.
But I mean, why they sitting there just, sitting in this water that's up to their waist anyway? Like, shouldn't they have some of them scuba pants on or something? Where you could be wet.
I mean,
and it won't really be up against your skin.
I assume their skin is shriveled to a prune. So, it's like,
Like, yeah, if I owned one of those companies, I would pull up and just say, here, have them put this on. To give you a little bit of warmth. Sitting in that water. And it's all the way up to your waist and on your skin that whole time. Man, I hope none of them getting pneumonia or nothing.
Well, I think it's too warm for that. Thailand's a tropical country, so I'm pretty sure it's
but all
hot
that wetness, just wet. All
I'm pretty sure it's
night,
relief because it's like,
oh.
If it's monsoon, that means, it was really, really hot before that rain broke. So.
Yeah, no, but it just seems like it's not good to just be wet.
No, I got it. The skin shrivels up. Like you can't stay underwater forever. You got to get that water out. So if it's waist high, why aren't you giving them scuba diving equipment and let them sit in that? So at least this way, their body doesn't have to be underwater, right? It saves the skin from shriveling. Eventually,
maybe keep some of those whatever, bacteria.
Well, I'm sure if they're born there, they're used to it. They're immune to it. Like I hear exactly what you're saying. If someone like me or you were trapped there, you'd probably get malaria.
Their immune system is a little tougher, but I still can't imagine they ain't built to just sit in that water 24/7 with all them little bugs and critters and creatures just swimming around. Like, dang. I just hope the right people with the right minds get there and organize.
Well, I'm
this
pretty
thing
sure they
and
got the right minds for except for the idiot that
not pumping
reversed
that
the
water
pump.
back in
Yeah,
there.
but the
Like,
infrastructure.
well, they just put the water on the ground and then it went right back into the gate.
Yeah, it's, you listen.
Like,
It's
come on, even I knew that. Like,
these South
why would you
Asian
put the water on the ground?
countries are poor.
Where is it? It's
They
gonna go
don't
somewhere. Where do you think water goes? Maybe they thought it was gonna evaporate.
rolls
I don't know.
downhill. So,
Like, jeez, man.
well, hopefully, by the time we come back on the air for the morning show on Monday, they will be good news. But again,
Yes.
this shit is getting hectic, and all we could do is wish him well. Now, one little story, of course, because it's funny. The other day, Jaquan hits me with it's July 1st, so every July 1st, Bobby Bonilla, I don't know if you remember Bobby Bonilla from the Mets, he gets a check for $1.2 million. Doesn't have to do anything. It started in 2011. Every year he gets a check, and he'll get it till like 2036 or 2037. I'm not sure. And Jaquan, it's not easy being a Mets fan. And I know D Holla, if he's listening right now, he's laughing his ass off. But the Mets have had a horrible, horrible, horrible season this year. Their season basically is over. Anyway, Jaquan likes to pour salt in the wound. So he goes, "Hey, Rich," he goes, "Hey, Bud, when do you think?" He goes, "When do you think they're gonna stop paying Bobby Bonilla all that money?" And I just started laughing because I know where he's coming from. He has a sense of humor, so I just started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Hey, man, listen, you want to throw salt on the wound. I hear you." But I did the math anyway. And here's what the story is, because I didn't know the full details, but he actually put me onto it. And a lot of people probably know, but if you don't, they owed this man about $5.9 million, but they didn't want to pay him.
Geez.
Okay? Back then, they didn't want to pay him. The Wilpon family, Fred Wilpon and Associates, did not want to pay him the $6 million that they owed him. So his manager, which then became a super manager, was a very intelligent insurance broker. And he brokered a deal and said, okay, if you don't want to pay us no money, you don't got to pay us now. Starting in 2010, they made the deal in 1999. They said starting in 10 years, you don't have to pay us anything. 1.8% interest per year on the $5.9 million. $5.9 million turned into damn near $30 million.
Good
It was crazy.
Lord.
So they got to give this man $1.2 million between 2010 and 2038, something like that.
Ooh. My God.
And why? They didn't want to pay him the money, but they were giving the money to Bernie Madoff. And Bernie Madoff at the time.
Oh, wow. He was.
Right. He had such a fucking Ponzi scheme going. He was raping everybody and paying everybody with their own money. Wow, look at the returns. Look at the returns. Look at the returns. So what they said is, fuck Bobby Bonilla. We're going to give our money to Bernie Madoff. That's why nobody in the Mets organization wants to talk about it. It's very hush-hush.
Greedy.
I think Mac J put up somebody on Instagram put up a meme with Bobby Bonilla holding up a check and on the side of two Michael Jordans that were crying. And it was funny. And so they said, fuck it. We'll get out the money from Bernie and we'll let our profits pay him. Who gives a fuck? It'll never be our money from our pocket. Let our money work for us.
Greedy.
But unfortunately, bubble popped, right? Bernie Madoff, the inventor, not the creator of the Ponzi scheme, but he invented the biggest one, right? He created the
Mhm.
biggest Ponzi scheme ever, and of course,
Yeah.
the Wilpons were victims of that, and now they very quietly have to pay Bobby Bonilla $1.2 million a year between 2011 and 2038. So you do the math.
Wow.
All because they didn't want to pay him 6. Now they got to pay him 27 or whatever it is. I'm not sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so greedy, trying
Yeah.
to save money.
And
They
here's
end up
Bobby
spending
Bonilla's
way
manager
more.
saying, listen to me. Trust me. Shut up. You don't need the money now. Just wait.
Right.
You're going to cake.
Right.
Nobody wants to do the math. The Wilpons probably did the math, but didn't care because they were caking off of Bernie Madoff. Unfortunately, they were getting jerked off. So
Right. They were getting played.
played. Lovely. Unreal.
How fitting.
Well, Jaquan, if you're listening, I hope you enjoyed this story. And yeah, so like I said, guys, no show tomorrow, right? American culture topics tonight at 7 p.m. If Melquan is doing a show, we'll be on tonight. I'll let you guys know. If Melquan hits me up, we'll do the sports bar. Tomorrow night, special edition of Let's Talk That Shit. D Holler Mac Shay with some special guests. Don't want to say nothing. Just tune in and you'll know who it is. And that's about it. Everybody enjoy the day. If you're in New York City, it's going to be another disgusting, hot, humid day. But hey, enjoy it. It's summer. The greatest time in the world is summer in New York City. It gets no better. So enjoy it. Jamaria, thank you very much again for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
I hope you have a wonderful day.
Everybody.
Right? I'm going to throw your banner up here real quick. Again, John Paul Shelton, thank you so much for sponsoring today's music. I appreciate it. We got 2 more songs, and then I'll be playing songs in the afternoon. We'll be playing El Finesse and El Corleone. We'll play 707 Cortez. We'll play Cool Taj the Great. We'll have some Ready C music. We'll have some Joint Chiefs music. So if you guys want to hear music throughout the day, tune in. I'll be playing music throughout the day. Enjoy it. And that's it. Have a great day. Summertime. Enjoy.
Yes.
Jamaria again. Thank you. If there's anything you want to say,
you.
Chameleonic Creations. Banner is on the screen.
Nice. Yes, just check me out. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. For all your soap and bath and body needs. All organic, handmade items. So, yep. Look me up.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Amaria. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon. And yeah, everybody, be safe. Enjoy the day. And we will be back tonight, 7 p.m. for American Culture Topics with Mills Lane and Trap Gardner. And if there's a sports bar, it'll be followed by the sports bar. Everybody be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated. And that's it. Enjoy the day. Thank you, Jamal.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.